He kōna I purangi tēnei nā te reo irirangi o Aotearoa.
This is our kind of dropping space. So people can come here anytime during the day. They can come and have a tea, coffee. Everything is for free. And they're more than welcome to, just hang out. So it's very open to anyone.
It's honestly a game changer because I was living in Wanaka in the winter and it was really challenging to find community. And as soon as I moved to Queenstown, it was instant community. Everyone was really welcoming, and I was able to come here to Happiness House and volunteer on a Thursday for the community garden, which was really nice, and it's really nice that they have lots of events for the community.
Kia ora, it's me, Kadambari Raghukumar. I'm at the Happiness House today in Tahuna, Queenstown, where Switzerland-born Lena Boss is here to show me around.
Happiness House started over 30 years ago, and it started with a lady called Pat Bird, and she actually saw the need in the community for a space where people could, just come, have a chat, have a space where they could feel at home, and have that kind of connection. We also call it sometimes home away from home.
Queenstown, sat cozily on the shores of Lake Wakatipu, has seen a boom in its Latin American and Asian communities since 2023. About 13% and 7% of the city identify as either of those. It's without a doubt a stunning place, and it's hard to not want to settle down here. But at its heart, it remains a place of transience. I'm here on a Monday morning, and Happiness House has seen a stream of visitors to its op shop already, some coming in just for a coffee and a chat and some advice. It's a warm, welcoming space, almost like walking into a friend's home, really.
We do Tuesdays every second week. We do something that is called Cook Around the World, and we invite a different community, ethnic community each time, where we have between 15 and 18 people coming. They cook together, make a meal together, and at the end, they all eat together.
So what's on the menu?
The menu this week is sushi and takoyaki.
Sharing food is one thing, but it goes deeper and beyond that. The layered process of finding a sense of home here in Queenstown.
What have you seen to be some of the most, the biggest challenges or the biggest struggles that people face that draw them to a place like Happiness House?
I think it's loneliness. I think that, and it's touching everyone in the community, you don't have to be rich or poor or Kiwi or non-Kiwi. I think everyone is at one point in their life kind of going through something like this. Loneliness is something, and we see maybe this more and more with social media. You're so sociable on social media, but actually in real life, you sometimes feel very lonely. And in terms of Queenstown, I think one of the very particular things that happens here is that it's a town that is very transient. So a lot of people come and go, and even Kiwis, even everyone. So it's very hard to make friends, because you never know if they're going to be here long term or not. So people are being very careful when they make connections. That's a very particular thing here.
Which makes it even more necessary to have places like this, right?
Mm-hmm. So we have a small community garden. Every Thursday morning we have our community garden group, and the idea is that people can come and put their hands in the soil and participate and help us, and some of the produce we get from the garden goes for Food Bank on Fridays.
We've lettuce been kind of, and some brassicas going on.
Yes, we have some corn, and we had some, I think the courgette is almost at the end. And we have over there cauliflower and we actually make a system of a market here in the kitchen, and so we receive food from Kiwi Harvest and Kiwi Harvest collect the food from the different providers. And it's usually food that they can't sell anymore. So it's rescued food that we can give then to the community. And we do it as a market so people can choose what they need. Because we used to actually pack the bags before and, make and then just hand it out. But we actually thought, well, how do I know what you like, or what you have at home? So that's the way we do it now. We do kind of a market way, so they just take what they need,
choose what they need and like.
Share the love, try to make it sure that everyone gets a little bit.
So what are you doing there, Luca?
Now I'm preparing like this. No, it's not timber, but it's like we're gonna use for the base to painting with acrylic this Wednesday, and gonna be class of exploring like the acrylic, and I really think when the people like are in touch with the material, it's much better. I've been in New Zealand for 8 years. I am architect in Uruguay, in my country, but then I come here just for holiday, and then I stay like.
Staying back on these shores often comes with a sense of push and pull for so many of us from overseas. While Luca Rodriguez found love and landscapes here, he didn't quite find the work he's qualified to do. But over a few years, he's taken to art and now shows his work all around the South Island. Steph Burbridge is also an immigrant. She's from the UK and works here at the Happiness House as a coordinator.
I do a lot of the support work with anyone in the community that needs that extra bit of support, so I can sit down with them. And
what does support look like?
It can look like a lot of different things depending on the context of the person. So a lot of people interact with us initially kind of maybe seeking food support, or it could be that they just don't know where else in the community they can go to kind of get help towards whatever their challenges or things might be going on. So really, Happiness House is in a house and it feels comfortable. It doesn't feel clinical. So a lot of people will come here feeling more comfortable to come and talk to us, and then we might sit down with them and link them to other kind of more long-term support, whether that's budget advice or housing or other kind of mental health supports and other things like that. Yeah.
And it's interesting that so many of the people that work here are all immigrants yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you relate to the experience?
I think that's what makes it perhaps more easily to relate to the journey of people in Queenstown and Tahuna. To migrate here, there's a lot of challenges that come with that, and especially in a town that is, from the outside perspective, seen very much as like a tourism town, but there's so many kind of contexts that come up with that tourism, and a lot of people being underpaid, really high rent, a lot of kind of underground unseen challenges that come with a tourism kind of centred town. So I think for all of us, we've all had a various different challenges in building into community and what that looks like. It might be through visa challenges, it might be financial. A lot of employment kind of challenges can happen here, and a lot to do with identity, just because a lot of people can come and start working in a job that may not be their background.
When you come to New Zealand, I was cross the same. Like I started like working like kitchen hand when I come here, and I was architect. I think 90% of the South American people, or maybe all the immigrants, it's like kind of the way I start like, I don't say under, but very like this kind of work, like kitchen hand, waiter, like all the like cleaners.
Although they might be very qualified.
Yeah, usually, like engineer, doctor, everyone, like. And I think like after this one, maybe if you still like have like the strong enough the mind, then you found like your community, then it's change, like your life start to change too. I think Happiness House, of course I work here, like this is one of the things really like to work here, because we create like this kind of community for the people, and I think it's our wish and our hope, like the people come here and say like, yeah, I found something like kind of community, like I come here to make the cooking around the world, or the gardening, or the art, or whatever what we offer, and they start to feel like more like this second stage, like the first one was like I was working like hard every day, like blah blah blah, and now I start to feel a little better. I have like money. I start to meet these people. I start to have like my community around. Yeah.
Big thanks to Lena Boss, Luca Rodriguez, and Steph Burbridge for talking to me in this episode of Here Now. You can find more Here Now episodes across all your favourite podcast platforms, as well as on the RNZ website. And I'm your host and producer, Kadambri Raghukumar.